Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we'll be going through the Geelong versus Fremantle game to start round 6. This is going to be one of the last videos that is sort of a little bit out of order. We have all these sort of weeks here that will, you've got the 2 today plus the 1 tomorrow for game reviews, and then I think it slowly gets back on order as we'll have for like a good week and a bit, just game review. There'll also be some other, I'll intertwine some other videos like reactions to my AFL predictions for 2024, and then also have some other things, just like an update on the spreadsheet for 2025 AFL Fantasy, as well as just some thoughts on some other things coming up in the future. But anyway, let's jump into this video and look at this game here. Is it actually working? Yep, there we go. Webster with an 88 was actually the top scorer for Geelong. 88 beat out Daisy Darcy, I think, by a good couple of points. I think Daisy Darcy ended up on like a 75, I want to say, but let me just double check that for you guys, as those two were the main sort of halfbacks that were in question. Let's just check where's Daisy Darcy here. Daisy Darcy in there, 13-point loss, ended up on an 81. So it wasn't that much of a difference. It was 7 points. So yeah, Rebecca Webster, sorry, not Ruby. She has sort of this midfield role to a certain degree, and it's a really good role. 100% Tog as well is absolutely huge for her to do that. And yeah, she just gets so much of the ball and is a stalwart down there, especially when they're not playing their greatest. Nina Morrison, 85. I thought she was just tackling everything. If we go fantasy quarter by quarter, you'll see that she did a lot of work in the first quarter and then absolutely slowed down. So her and Prasparkas got off to an absolute flyer, but you can see Prasparkas in the second half, just nothing. And I'm really intrigued to see Prasparkas next year, given that she's gone, what now? Does this have the 70 here? No, it doesn't, but she's gone 68.3 through 3 games. That is, what's that, quick maths, 109, 205, does that line up? Yep, 205, 275 in 4 games, which is just shy of 69. It's like a 68.8. So with only, what have we got? Round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for her to go. So 5 games to go. Even if she scores 500 in those, or say she goes 110 in each. We said she was at 275. Plus 550, divide that by, that would be 9 games. She'd average 91 or 92 if she went 110 for the rest of the year. I could theoretically see her averaging 85 or 90, and then you get a 275 plus, what's that? Say just a flat 450 for 5 games. That's an average of 90. Divide that by 9, and then suddenly you're at 80.5 for her. 80.5 with, if we go by the magic number next year or this year, would be a price of 1 million for her. Just on the dot, 1 million. That's absolutely cheap. That is so cheap. So her, Ali Moffat, as well as some other girls, even Carney to a certain degree, who's going to be priced at, I think, around that 60 times the 12.95. 777, okay? So you've got 2 or 3 girls there already that I'm looking at going, I think that could be really good value. So yeah, we'll just see how Georgie Prasparkas plays it out. But yeah, she's just really struggling, I still think, with some injuries that she's sort of playing through to a certain degree. Darby, 64. Keens. Maloney with 49 as well. Is that the... nope, wrong Maloney that I was thinking of. Darcy Maloney's the one that I was thinking of there. Parry, Thorne, I think that was on debut, 43, I want to say, and she looked all right. Emonson, Scott as well, kicked a goal. Maloney there, just a lot of handballs here, which is really annoying. I thought she'd get the midfield time as well with McDonald out. I forget, is it Amy McDonald out? So I thought she'd get some midfield time. I think she did get a little bit, but I don't think it was too significant, and I just don't think she was able to capitalise on it at all. McDonald, Gunjaka, Kenny, Featherstone out for game 2, but also wasn't able to impact, especially in the ruck on this game as well. Kennedy, Bragg, and then O'Rourke, 9 and injured, so she'll be one next year that we're looking at, as she'll be min price, and I forgot what role she necessarily played. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't significant. And so, yeah, we'll see her. I'm pretty sure she's out this game with like a done shoulder. So we'll see her probably next year, I would suspect. Then we move over to Fremantle. Mim Strom 124. She was absolutely fantastic. Got away to a really good start. And then you'll see here as well. Before I turn to it, I wouldn't be surprised if we see about 40 in the first, 20 or 15, 40, 15, 15. That would leave her on about 70 and then a 50 in the last quarter, something like that. I should have just turned over quickly, because that is exactly how most of her games have been trending all year. Is she goes off in the first quarter, slows down, and then goes off. And then the big difference maker between her scoring an 80 or 90 and her going 120 is this last quarter. I don't know why it happens every single time with her that this is the case in point. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she has gone over 30 points or over 25 points in every single first quarter, and then doesn't do it in the second or third, and then blitzes the last quarter as well. So yeah, she's just been the number one ruckman for a reason. And yeah, when you get 42 hitouts, that's going to be really good as a ruckman. But then add that 6 marks as well and 7 tackles. When she's putting up 7 tackles a game, this is just, yeah, she's way too good at the moment, especially for a team that doesn't really have a ruckman. McCarthy 109, she was absolutely brilliant as well. 1 goal, 28 touches. She's just doing her work. Hayley Miller as well, 24, 6 and 4, 1 goal, 2. Probably could have ended up with even more fancy points if she'd kicked 2 goals, 1, or even 3 goals straight. Gabby O'Sullivan, 84. I was really happy about this as well, given that if you actually look at her quarter by quarter, you'll see she was on 34 at halftime. I was like, okay, that's not the greatest. And the one thing I did actually like for her is they gave her rest and she still got to an 84. She's been sitting, I believe, in about the 80s, mid-80s, but they gave her just the last quarter off. They were like, you know what, just have the last, I think it was about 12 minutes off of the game. It might have been a little bit of the fact that they got caught on the wing, but then the game was, and then I think with about maybe 4 or 5 minutes to go, Freo kicked a goal and they were just like, you know what, just don't even bother coming back on, just sit it out and we'll just play this game without you for the remainder. And so it was good to see her get some rest in, because that will be huge for her later on in the year. And she still got to an 84, which is really good. Lally 63, Veria 59. So for those that went Veria, that was a very, very good one to go to as well. That would have enabled you to do something else, probably in the midfield or somewhere else. Given that I think a lot of people went went heads or even to Webster or Daisy Darcy. But I think Veria was also a smart one, if I remember correctly, where her positioning was. Let me go to this and go to Veria's the where is it here? It's the defender, yeah, 384k. Yeah, this was the one that I was looking at potentially doing. I did have her in plans at points during it, and in the mad rush that we had in the Tuesday night when I got home from training and had about 20 minutes to do it. Brought in Gabby O'Sullivan, but didn't bring in Veria, but Veria was one that flicked in a couple plans and not. Seth 56, 16-20, good second half. You see Newton 54. I thought Newton would be actually better because I thought she would get the role, and if I go to stats by Jaden, he might have the CBAs for the round. For round 6 to start. Freo, let's look at this. You see Newton 100% midfield time, but only a 54. I'm confused a little bit why that happened, and why only 3 tackles and 16 touches. So I think this one could just be down to the fact that she just didn't turn up, as simple as that. So yeah, it'll be definitely a watch, I would say, with her. To see her role, because obviously we're not going to pick her up, I don't think, in round 8, because you're going to, round 7, because you're going to have Maddie Newman, is it? Or Newton? No, I think it's Newman. I think. Let me just check that. Defenders, average, yeah, Maddie Newman here, who did pretty well again. You're going to have Maddie Newman, who's a really good one to pick up next week. But, yeah, so you'll pick her up in round 8 if she does get back to performing well. Kaufman 47, O'Driscoll 47, Hetherington 42, Runnels, Pugh, Kowak, Brazel, Scanlon, Lowe, Antonio, Biden, Webster with a 20, Morrison, and then Mulholland with a 12. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's just really Mim Strom, McCarthy, Miller, O'Sullivan that are probably relevant, I would say. At the moment, there's a watch, I would say, on Gabby Newton. Then you've got Webster. That's probably the only relevant Geelong Cats player. But anyway, that is the video there. If you did enjoy this video, remember to like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And I'll see you guys in the next recap. Bye, guys.